Welcome to my first official video. I'm Emmy, and today I want to show you a fun little project, and we're going to make a small dog or cat sweater out of a sweatpants leg. And I have the first one already made, so this is what we're going to end up with. So let's get started. I chose these pants because I really like this little zipper detail that's on the leg of the pants, and it's going to serve as like a little half zip kind of sweater style for your dog or cat. And the material's just really nice. It's not super stretchy, but it's not super stiff either. So it's just about perfect. The first thing that we have to do, which I've done already, is to cut off your pants leg. And cut that just a little bit longer than your animal's body just to be safe. So here's my plain pants leg. Fold this so that the zipper is right on the top or the bottom. The midpoint is on the top or the bottom if you don't have a zipper. From the bottom to the top, we're going to cut kind of a semicircle oval so that it's going to be shorter, obviously, on the belly than on the back. So just about your animal's length. And you'll see I do this all just by eyeballing it at this point. So it looks like this. The only thing we need to do is to make the armholes. And this is super easy. You can measure where your dog's or cat's arms hit, but I generally just go in an inch or two from the side and then down, and I mark that's where my armhole is going to be. And then I make sure, I do usually use my ruler for this. I measure 1.5 inches out from the middle. Make just a small cut right on top of that mark I just made. And now I just have 2 little pinholes where my armholes are going to be. So I just make a small hole and I make sure I'm doing it the exact same on both. So now you see I have about a 1/2 inch holes for my armholes. And then if you spread them, you can see that they're going to get it bigger. So then we need to get the material we're going to trim the armholes with. So we take what's left of our sweatpants. We're going to find a spot where there's nice plain fabric. So I have this panel right here that's on the front. I'm going to cut along the seam. This nice long rectangular piece of fabric. And then, however long my piece that I just cut is 4 inches. So I'm going to measure 2 inches. So now I have 2 strips of fabric. So next, take your sweater piece with the armholes and lay it down with the armholes facing up. Stretch out the little holes a little bit so they're going to be more of their finished size. And then take your strip. We want to fold that in half so that we have this folded edge as the outer showing edge of the cuff. We're just going to start pinning that to the right side of this fabric at the hole. So we're just pinning it along the armhole with both of the rough ends facing each other. And I'm going to trim off some of that extra, leaving a little bit of room just in case my armhole gets bigger, but just so this doesn't get in the way. So I'm just going to start with the first one. So now you'll see I have this cuff fabric pinned to my hole. And this is the only hard part of making this small sweater, and that's sewing this cuff, because it's not big enough to fit around this part of the machine, so we just have to kind of go really slow, make sure that only the one side of the fabric is getting fed through at each time. So we just want to sew along this same seam we've created with our pins. So taking it nice and taut, slide it under your foot. And if you feel like you messed up, or you feel like you're not sure what's going on, if something's getting pulled in, just lift up your foot and cut your thread and take a look at it. See what's going on. You see that everything looks okay. So my cuff is sewed all the way around. I've locked my stitch into place. And then I want to sew the beginning and end of my cuff together. Trim off any little ends you have. And then, right now my cuff is on the outside. We just flip it inside. And voila, a cuff. Now, same thing on the other side. Now we have 2 armholes. Yay! So all we have left now is to hem or cuff the back side. I'm going to turn my work inside out. And then I'm just going to cuff the bottom 1/4 inch, fold it in half. Okay, so now I've pinned it all the way around, and I'm going to sew where I've pinned. And voila! Turn it back right side out. And there you have it.